Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu and I'm back with another Buddy Fight video. Today I'm going to be talking about ReBuddies and the fact that Buddy Fight announced a new special series pack called Revival Buddies. So, as of right now, we don't really know anything about this other than the fact that it's coming out after Glory Valiant, so Buddy Fight is not dead, it's not getting a reboot, and they're probably just doing more legacy support to pad out till the eventuality of the next season. But in the meantime, I have been on the record in saying I really love ReBuddies, I wish they do more of them, and, well, I basically got my wish. So, ReBuddies, for those who don't know, are basically old monsters that got a ReBuddy tag attached to it, or a ReB tag attached to it, and it uses the original artwork and the original name, just with the ReB tag attached. And it has an updated effect, and depending on the support that Bushiroad feels like they want to give, it could either be a very good splash card, or it can start the foundation for an entirely new deck around them using a lot of the old support cards, or it could just change the deck entirely. So there's just a lot that ReBuddies can do, and it's got me pretty excited about all of the possibilities. So as far as the ReBuddies that are coming out in the set, we got Demon Lord Bots confirmed, we got Deity Gargantua Dragon, we got Vile Demonic Deity Dragon, Vanity Epoch Destroyer, and we got Jackknife Dragon. So these are the ones that are currently confirmed that we know their effects for, and as far as the ones that are getting the ReBuddy treatment, we have Azidahaka, we have Deathtalika, Deathgaze, and Gallows. On top of which, they also just announced that Yamigeto and Grados are also getting ReBuddies. So they're definitely doing a lot of ReBuddy support, and I definitely am very excited to see what they do with it. Because as of right now, ReBuddies have been following three relative patterns. The first one is the card just does nothing. So we've seen a couple of these ReBuddies where they come out, they're nice, but they don't really do anything. So Demon Lord Bots is an example where the ReBuddy doesn't really do anything. Another one is like Demon Lord Asmodai. Like, don't get me wrong, these are very good cards. It's just, I don't think they're doing anything in the meta or to shake things up. But they're still good cards. We have a couple of Japanese exclusives also that are pretty interesting. These eventually might come out. I don't know exactly when, but until they get an official US release, I'm not exactly going to be talking about them, but even then they still follow the same type of three patterns. So the first one is they don't do anything. The support's just not good enough to propel the card or the deck forward any further than it has. The second one is it's inclusionary. So that means it just fits nicely in with the deck that it currently exists with. So we see this in the form of Deity Gargantua Dragon and the new Vanity Epoch Destroyer. So sometimes they're really powerful and they're like almost auto-includes. Sometimes they're on par or just different than what is currently on, but regardless, these cards will go into their respective decks, and they'll fit nicely and just increase the power of it a little bit. And then the last one is the Splash. So the Splash is basically, the card is just good enough to be splashed into other decks, or it's good enough to basically stem its own deck from. So we've seen this with the fourth Omnilord, Burnova, and we've seen this with Dual Seeger, where they are both very strong splashable cards that can have either their own custom deck made around them, or could go into other decks because of how their abilities work. And we get another example of this in Jackknife, where you could splash this little Jackknife package of Jackknife ReBuddy, Gold Ritter, and Grand Thesis all into the same deck. Or you could use this new package to build a custom deck around. So it's just very, very interesting on all of the things just a little bit of support can do for certain decks or certain archetypes. So if they are just continuing this trend on just giving literally anything and everything ReBuddies, I think we'll see a whole bunch of more ReBuddies, and I kind of think that we're going to see a Drumbunker Dragon ReBuddy, an Armor Knight Cerberus ReBuddy, a Demios Purgatory Knights ReBuddy, a Sylph ReBuddy, a Bladewing ReBuddy. All of the Omni Lords will eventually have a ReBuddy. I think Ball is going to have a ReBuddy. Silhouette Joe might get a ReBuddy. Dual Jaeger, I'd be shocked if he didn't have a ReBuddy. Tyrant Cerberus, that one's a little bit less likely considering they're probably going to want to do Armor Knight Cerberus. But Cerberus as a character as a whole is definitely one that I'm probably expecting to see. Zeta or Gem Clone, because they're kind of like a sub-villain deck. Villains have been getting their ReBuddies, so seeing them is more likely than not. I think Athora's going to get a ReBuddy. Gear God is probably going to get a ReBuddy, again fitting with the villain theme because we already have 3 confirmed villains as ReBuddies in the form of Vanity, Epoch Destroyer, Azidahaka, and Yamigeto. I think the Chaos crew of Dragolems, Levitane, and Ibuki might get ReBuddies. And then as far as other big characters, Cross and Agito might get a ReBuddy. So there's just a whole bunch of different possible ReBuddies that they can do, and a couple that I'm probably expecting to see. So I think going forward, we're just going to see some legacy support out of Buddy Fight, and we're all just waiting for the reboot that may or may not happen, or we're just waiting for the next season of Buddy Fight to start. And with the whole pandemic thing slowing everything down, it definitely puts us in a really awkward position because we're waiting for news, but we're getting to the point where they can't necessarily create the news because of the pandemic. So, but either way, I like legacy support when it's done correctly. They've done it incorrectly in the past so many times that I want to see it done right, and I think Glory Valiant is definitely a step in the right direction, and I think this set is also looking to be a step in the right direction for some legacy support, and I'm just very, very excited. I think that ReBuddies is a fantastic idea, and I love to see them use it more. So with all that being said, feel free to tell me your thoughts about ReBuddies or the state of the game down in the comments below. As always, feel free to like and subscribe for more Buddy Fight content, and I will see you in the next video.